The Home Office faces fallout from Rwanda roundup as asylum seekers flee or hide. We're going to read into this more from The Guardian, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Guardian with the headline of the Home Office faces fallout from Rwanda roundup as asylum seekers hide or flee. Charities fear increasing risk of destitution and exploitation out of refugees as they go missing. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share across social media so others are notified of this video. So one of the fallouts that has been occurring since the first so-called volunteer who had his asylum application rejected and has gone to Rwanda. Well, it's actually been reports that apparently he might not have actually gone to Rwanda and was actually paid to go there and perhaps sent back and whatnot, allegedly. I don't know for sure because journalists have been and medias have tried to track this person down and they've been unable to find this person already. And I'm thinking, you only just sent one person to Rwanda and already we can't find this one person? So that does raise questions, that's for sure. But obviously we paid that person money to go to Rwanda as well, which I still struggle to understand. Is this even worth? Like, I still don't understand why people think that this is even worth the value of it is. But while obviously we still wait for answers on that, there's another factor in all of this as well. So the increase in obviously of destitution and exploitation. This is essentially human trafficking, what we are doing. We are basically looking to traffic people from here who have fled war, persecution, and whatnots, and etc. here in the UK, and shipping them off to Rwanda if their application is unsuccessful and whatnot, if we can't send them back to their country. Now, there are some safeguards in the legislation, but not a lot. But the problem is that you're asking people to basically stay on the register so that they could potentially get shipped to Rwanda. And what's happening is like, yeah, no, I'm going to disappear and go off the radar. I think I'd rather go take my chances on the black market and all that kind of stuff. That's what a lot of people are now doing more of it as a result of this scheme. And also a lot of people have decided to go and flee to Ireland. And obviously I can already see the comments saying, good, let them stay in Ireland. Well, it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that. It feels like that rather than actually dealing with this problem of asylum and immigration backlogs that we have, we're just kind of trying to pass off the problem. Or we're not using any compassion whatsoever in any of this, in any case. And it's very frustrating. And now looking to obviously try and get off the radar. This is the premise of what they're trying to do. Just to try and disappear and hopefully they won't be caught and won't be found. Which means it means more work for border security to do, which means it costs much more taxpayer money, obviously. And it costs a lot of money just to send them to Rwanda as well. So we're paying all this money as well. When if we had actually just put money towards, the civil servants at the Home Office, we could clear a lot more of these backlogs. But no, this is the way the government wants to do it, and the vast majority of people in the country don't think this is a policy that's going to work anyway. So why going with a dead duck, I don't know, but this is something that Rishi Sunak intends to basically die on his hill on. That is for sure, guys. So let's read what this has to say. So the Home Office is dealing with the growing fallout from the high-profile roundup of asylum seekers it wants to send to Rwanda, as some have gone into hiding while others have fled across the border to Ireland. Officials began rounding up asylum seekers to detain them for the Rwanda scheme a week ago, with at least one now on hunger strike and another threatening suicide. While the government has disassembled its message widely about detaining people for Rwanda, it is not clear whether officials had anticipated that some asylum seekers were going to hiding or others would go to Ireland. The fact that they did not interpret that this could potentially happen is pathetic. Calvey, director of the charity Asylum Matters, says Frontline asylum charities are reporting people leaving their asylum accommodation in order to avoid arrest. They are raising the alarm about the increasing risk of destitution and exploitation. Asylum seekers who have attended regular reporting sessions at centres around the UK said they have never seen things go so quiet. I walked right in and I didn't have to queue at all. In all the years I've been reporting, ever since it's deserted. Said one man from Belarus who had been in the UK for more than a decade, but is fearful the Home Office could arrest him, and even though he is not in scope for the first cohort of returns of those who arrived between January 2022 and June 2023. Another asylum seeker who has received a notice of intent for Rwanda, but has so far not so far been detained, said he had received several calls from friends and his community urging him to go into hiding. A Syrian refugee said he was urging asylum seeker friends at risk of being sent to Rwanda to hide. I was an asylum seeker in 2020 when the Home Office was trying to deport as many asylum seekers as possible to European countries as they had passed through before Brexit started. Some asylum seekers went into hiding then, and I can see that happening again because of Rwanda. The first week of roundup of asylum seekers for Rwanda has not acted as a deterrent. The government hoped for small boat crossings with 1,420 people crossing in the last 7 days up to Sunday. These figures include the highest daily total so far this year, with 711 crossings last Wednesday. Meanwhile, in Ireland, just days after the authorities removed a tent city of asylum seekers in the heart of Dublin outside the International Protection Accommodation Service Centre, the tents have returned close to when they were before. Both sides of the city's Grand Canal lined up about 70 blue Tabarin tents provided by Charities for asylum seekers and countries including Nigeria and Afghanistan. Last week, the Irish Prime Minister Simon Harris told Adali that we do not want to live in a country where makeshift safety towns were allowed to just develop. The authorities in Dublin are expected to provide more accommodation later this week to deal with the unprecedented numbers seeking international protection, with some arriving from the UK. Ireland's Justice Minister Helen McKinney recently said 80% of those arrivals had crossed the border from Northern Ireland. Later in the week, Dublin estimated figures to be about 90%. The Northern Ireland Justice Minister Naomi Long later said that those are figures that we Northern Ireland don't recognise. As quiet as the Home Office reporting sent a few days ago, one Ethiopian asylum seeker who is in scope for removal to Rwanda because of his date of arrival in the UK said he was very worried about being detained when he went inside the centre to report. He said, "My feelings are not good, everything's not good." An Iranian Kurdish man who came to the UK 14 years ago said he did not understand how refugees could be sent to a country they did not come from. "Originally, I'm not coming from Rwanda. How can you send me to Rwanda? I don't want to go to Rwanda," he said. "Tell me, what's the reason?" Home Office spokesperson said the unacceptable number of people who continue to cross the channel demonstrates exactly why we must get flights to Rwanda off the ground as soon as possible. Many of those scopes to be relocated also staying in Home Office accommodation. For those who aren't, we have a robust procedure in place for preventing abscondencies and remaining in contact with those in scope for relocation to Rwanda through a number of means, including face-to-face and digital reporting. The absolute reality of this is that a lot of them just simply disappeared. They just disappeared, gone off the radar, just like that, and there's no way to track them. There's a huge amount of people that are simply gone and disappeared. And hopefully, I'd like to think that they will come back into the forelight under a Labour government, because the Labour government won't be so goddamn cruel and inhumane. But make no mistake about it, people. This is only going to get worse. This is not going to fix the issue. This is not going to stop the boats. Immigration is going to get worse because of this policy. It's not going to make immigration go down. It's not going to stop people coming to the UK. People will still try to cross those channels. People will still hide in those trucks. People will still cross on the dinghies. We keep talking about tackling the smuggling gangs, but one of the easiest ways to help deal with this is to set up some kind of processing centre on the other side of the channel. But nobody wants to do that. So this is why we're continuously having this situation. We obviously already, people are losing their lives crossing that channel as well. People are dying. These are not numbers, these are people. And once again, people continue to forget this, the humanity side of this, in all of this. And the longer this goes on, the more lives are just going to be lost, guys. We have literally blood on our hands for this. We could have had, there are ways to have dealt with this, and we have just not dealt with them. And that's the absolute reality of it, guys. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of the situation? What do you make of the fallout from the Rwanda roundup? What do you make of lots of people going into hiding, going off the radar pretty much to try and stay off? Some fleeing to Ireland. Let me know your thoughts about all this and more in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button, greatly appreciated. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. And subscribe, because it does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon or Facebook for exclusive content there as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.